Think of a project as one complete screen design. Inside a project, you can place different components onto a canvas, such as images, videos, text, shapes, widgets, or menu content. You can position each item exactly where you want it on the screen. For example, you might place a video in one corner, a menu in the center, an image along the side, and a QR code near the bottom. To get started, go to the top menu and click Projects. On the Projects page, you can search for an existing project using the search bar at the top. You can also switch between List View and Grid View, depending on how you prefer to browse your projects. If you want to keep projects organized, you can create folders. For example, if you are creating cafe content, you might create folders for menus, drinks, food, or specials. Your individual projects will appear below, and you may also see a section for recent projects. If a project has been shared with you, you may only be able to duplicate it instead of editing the original. Each project also has action options. You can open a project to edit it, duplicate it, rename it, move it to a folder, or delete it. Now, let's create a new project. Click Create Project. Give your project a name. If you want to place it into a folder, you can choose an existing folder or create a new one. For this example, we'll create a folder called Food. Next, choose the size for your project. Once the name, folder, and size are set, click Create. Now you're inside the project editor. At the top, you'll see breadcrumbs that allow you to navigate back. You'll also see options to discard changes, save your project, or use Save As to create a copy. On the right-hand side, you'll see the project settings. From here, you can rename the project, resize it, or change the background color. To change the background color, choose a color from the color picker or type in a specific color code if you already have one. You can also use an image as the background. To do that, select an image from your library or upload a new image from your device. Now, let's review the tools at the top of the editor. Add Image opens your library so you can choose an image to place on the canvas. Text adds a basic text box. Rich Text gives you more formatting options, such as different text sizes, lists, tables, alignment, and other styling tools. Add Shape lets you add shapes to the design. Add Widget opens the widget library, where you can add items like weather, QR codes, or clocks. AI Layout allows you to create a layout using a prompt. There are two main ways to build a project. You can use AI Layout to generate a starting design, or you can build the project manually by adding each item yourself. Let's start with AI Layout. Click AI Layout. You can choose one of the quick presets or paste in your own prompt. For this example, we'll paste in a prompt and click Generate Plan. This may take a moment to load. Once the plan is generated, you'll see the layout that AI created. You can review the plan and edit any section if needed. If you want to change the result, you can go back and edit the prompt. If you like the plan, click Execute Plan. The design will be added to your canvas. From here, you can close the AI Layout window and continue editing the project. If there is anything you don't want in the design, you can select it and delete it. If you want to edit text, double-click the text area. This opens the Rich Text Editor, where you can change the wording, formatting, font, size, color, and layout. Everything in the project is also listed on the right-hand side, which makes it easier to select and edit specific items. For example, if you see a cafe title listed on the right, you can click it to edit that section. You can also replace images, adjust content, delete sections, and customize the design until it matches what you need. That is one way to create a project using AI Layout. Now, let's look at how to build a project manually. To start from scratch, discard the changes or create a new blank project. First, set your background color or background image. Then, click Add Image. Choose an image from your library and add it to the canvas. Once the image is added, you can resize it by dragging the corners. You can also move it around and place it wherever you want on the canvas. On the right-hand side, you'll see Image Settings. From here, you can adjust the image layout, rotation, position, size, background, border, shadow, and other image options. You can also flip the image, add a filter, or type in exact position and size values if you want more precise control. Next, you can add another image and place it in a different part of the design. For example, you might add one image near the top and another image near the bottom to create a more visual layout. Now, let's add text. Click Text. A text box will appear on the canvas, and the text settings will open on the right-hand side. For example, we are going to type in a heading, Coffee and Tea. Since this is the heading, you may want to increase the font size, make it bold, and position it near the top of the design. You can resize the text box if you want the text to stay on one line. You can also move the text anywhere on the canvas. Next, let's add a shape. Click Add Shape, then choose the shape you want to use. The shape will appear on the canvas. You can move it, resize it, change its color, or use it as a background behind text. If you don't want the shape, select it and click Delete. Now, let's add rich text. Click Rich Text, then double-click the rich text area to edit it. This is useful if you want to add a menu, a list, a table, or formatted text. You can type directly into the editor or copy and paste text you already have prepared. You can make headings bold, adjust font text and sizes, colors, change alignment, add numbered lists or bullet points, insert horizontal lines, and use undo or redo while editing and other formatting options. When you're finished editing, click Done. Once the rich text is on the canvas, you can resize it and move it into place. If you want to reuse the same layout, you can duplicate the rich text section. Click Duplicate, then move the copy to a new location. You can double-click the duplicated section and update the text for another category, such as tea, hot chocolate, or specials. Now, let's add a widget. Click Add Widget. For this example, we'll add a QR code. Search for the QR code widget and select it. Enter the website or online ordering link you want the QR code to open. You can also customize the background color, QR code color, and other display settings. Once everything is configured, click Insert to Zone. The QR code will be added to your project. You can resize it, move it into place, and adjust the settings from the right-hand panel. If you need to edit the widget later, select it and click the Edit icon on the right-hand side. This will reopen the widget settings so you can make changes. Continue adding and adjusting images, text, shapes, rich text, and widgets until the project looks the way you want. Once everything is complete, click Save. Your project is now saved and ready to add to your campaign.